Well, hello, my beautiful Taurians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of February right through the end of March 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But before I even start, I've got a real energy coming through, which is of being thirsty. So either someone out there really needs to hydrate, or it can indicate that you are thirsty for opportunity. I mean, I'm not getting that sense of hungry. It's like a craving, a thirst. So some of you may feel like perhaps there is no personal development or growth where you're at right now and you are looking at other opportunities. I'm not really sure how else to decode this energy. It's not my thirst. I'm definitely picking up this energy of, you know, thirsty for something new, or perhaps, you know, you feel that there isn't something that you have readily available at the moment, but you're craving movement in your career, or it's basically dehydration. So please take it as it resonates. I mean, for example, it could mean that you're so busy that you've been neglecting your own needs and you need to nourish yourself a little bit more. Or it could be that you're thirsty for knowledge in some way and you want to put yourself on a course of learning. So please take it as it resonates. I'm going to disconnect with respect from that energy, but it's got to resonate with somebody out there. Otherwise, I wouldn't feel that way. And as soon as I mention it, the feeling goes away because I've highlighted it to the collective in some way. So moving on, I'm also being shown an image straight away as well. And this image is of an ice hockey puck. Okay, that's a bit of a tongue twister, an ice hockey puck. So, I mean, that could be symbolic of you taking a shot at something in the next 6 weeks, or launching something, or getting into position to launch something. You know, ice hockey, it takes like skill, focus, talent, flexibility. So you'll be utilizing those skills in order to reach your goal. I mean, looking at your overarching energy, you're going to be very goal-oriented in the next 6 weeks. You're going to be really focused. Some of you are actually making sure there's no distractions so that you can actually work off-grid or in some way go under the radar to really focus on something. And I feel like with sustained effort, you're going to get to where you want to go. I mean, that ice hockey puck could also indicate that an integral piece that you've been waiting for sort of comes your way, and it puts you in a really valuable position to take a shot at something. Or, I mean, it could also indicate that, you know, someone could be lining something up for you. And I'm also getting this energy of someone in the working environment may be causing trouble. So don't get involved and don't get, you know, connected to this work drama. I mean, even if you work on your own and you're an entrepreneur, for example, it's really important to recognize if you're on social media or, you know, your words are seen. I'm not ever saying, you know, to stay silent on anything at all, but I see that you are staying silent and not getting involved in something. So there could be like an online debate or something that you're tempted to get involved in. But I feel like if you're an entrepreneur, it could be clients that are watching, or, you know, future clients that have the potential to want your business, and they may see these things. So just watch out for that. You know, diplomatically say whatever you're going to say, okay? Because I feel like someone could be watching your professionalism in the next coming weeks. Also, if you work in a company for other people, again, you know, just be a little bit mindful what you say on social media, or if there's someone causing problems in the office or, you know, gossip, don't get involved in it, because I feel strongly that's something that you'll be avoiding the next coming weeks. And walls have ears, okay? So and social media has eyes, is what I just heard. So yeah, pay close attention to that. But I actually feel the ice hockey puck is an image of you lining something up that you're going to take a shot at. Now, for some of you, it could be that it's an independent business there. Some of you may be thinking about going solo. You've had some ideas. I definitely see that things have been a little bit difficult for you, and you're trying to find alternative ways to put yourself in a secure financial position and do something that you love, okay? Some of you have been lining up a promotion. You've been working really hard towards it. I mean, your 9 of Cups there tells me that you are going to manifest a dream opportunity. There is some exciting stuff coming your way, and you are really working hard towards this. So whatever this is for you, there's celebration, okay? Now, your first card there is the Hermit. So some of you may actually feel that you are singled out in some way in the working environment, both in a good way and a negative way. Some of you may feel like you just don't fit in at this time. You may feel that there's a lot of office politics, or if you're in a career where you work for yourself, you may feel that you're a maverick going out on a limb, really trying to change the industry or doing something really unique. And at the same time, you may feel very alone in this. If you work, for your own company and you're an entrepreneur, some of you may be feeling that whilst it's nice to be in command of your every working day, your hours and everything, it can be a bit of a lonely mission that you're on. And it's really important to make sure that you have balance in your career so that you can do things that are for you as well. Have some me time, especially if you're an entrepreneur. You know, sometimes you work 24/7 or your business is on your mind all the time. So I feel, it's really important to connect to things that bring joy. Although your business does bring joy, even though it's hard work, you're doing something that you love and something that is for you, and in the long term it's going to be very lucrative financially. I mean, you may also start to see evidence of prosperity in your career already, but I definitely see that it's really important to make sure that you just don't spend too much time alone. Try to connect to communities or networking events, or just do something for you, whether it's like go to an art gallery, hang out with friends, because a lot of that alone time, it can chip away at your energy and your vitality. So it's really important to try different experiences to revitalize your energy there as well. And keep motivated, because I see that you're very motivated. I feel some of you have been a bit exhausted with that Hermit card there. Some of you may have just come back from a break as well to recharge your batteries. But I feel there's this energy here where some of you are withdrawing briefly to really just work out the next steps of your career. So even if you work for a company or an entrepreneur, you're in a very soul-searching kind of energy where you're trying to be very reflective. You don't need any distractions at this time because you are focusing on your goals, and you're being super honest with yourself. What is the next step? Where do you feel you could, utilize your skill set? Have you hit a glass ceiling in some area of your career? Is there something else that you could be doing? Because, the Hermit energy can also indicate that you've been enduring a certain circumstance where it's coming to the end of its term. You've learned a lot. You're a master of your craft or a mistress of your craft. And now you're wondering what else, okay? The Hermit is someone who has done something for a long time, or who has established themselves as being really good at what they do. So some of you are thinking about going solo, maybe being a consultant or setting up your own, practice in an industry that you've worked in for quite some time. You've got the skill set, especially with that 9 of Pentacles. Some of you are thinking about going independent. But also, I feel some of you, you have your eyes very much fixed on the prize. That bear, which represents strength, endurance, tenacity, but also a protective energy. This is you moving forward and, reaching a goal or having a goal in mind. The star represents a dream, but it also represents, vision, to really pay close attention to what it is that you want to achieve in your career. And I feel like you're not allowing that goal to come out of your sight there. Also want you to be aware that, there's the outline there of the sun. So it's almost like you are looking at some sort of milestone in your career that you want to achieve. You don't really know how you're going to get there per se, but you're working diligently towards it. You know the goal. And I feel like you're going to be very busy and you're going to reach your goal there as well. Now, we do have the 10 of Cups, so I feel like you're not just working for you. I feel like you're someone who is working to provide for you and your family. You're thinking about the bigger picture. You want to have joy, happiness, and peace, as well as good fortune. So I feel that Of course, money is important, but I feel it's more about job satisfaction for you. Some of you may even be thinking about going into the family business, or perhaps partnering up with family members to do something as like a sideline, but then it becomes like a long-term business plan and a future of prosperity and success. And some of you, if you are in a family business right now, some of you may be thinking about doing something on your own. It could be like a branch off of something that you already do, but it's about you utilizing your skill set and really creating more wealth for you, okay? 10 of Cups actually indicates that you can have it all. You know, you may be like working really hard towards your goals and dreams, but at the same time, you are actually bringing in finances that will benefit you and those around you. So I feel like you're looking at your skill set and what you have to offer, and you actually have a lot to offer your career, okay? Now also with the Hermit, some of you, not all of you, some of you are thinking about retiring, okay? So for those people who are thinking about coming to the end of an era of your working environment, shall we say, because you've got the Hermit there and you've got the World. So it could be that you are deciding a date this year of when you want to retire. You may already have that date in mind, and I feel like you're really happy with your decision, but also some of you, you know, you may be a little bit worried about finances and the economic situation at the moment. But looking at everything here, I feel like you reach your goal, and I feel like you are more than capable of stepping into that retirement. And I feel you're a very creative, industrious person. So if you are not wanting to like connect to the working environment much longer, you want to actually retire, I see that you can do something really creative for you that will also generate money on the side, okay? It actually doesn't feel like work, whatever this is. So it could be that you're going to be painting, or they're actually showing me like illustrations on cards right now. These could be like birthday cards, you know, celebration cards. For some of you, it could be like writing a book about your experiences, or it could be pottery. It just feels like something really creative that you've been thinking about doing in retirement that you'll enjoy for you, but at the same time, I feel like you could put this on Etsy or on some sort of platform to bring in extra money. And some of you, not all of you, because I'm getting this energy coming through as well, some of you are going through like the family home right now and looking at things that perhaps you've outgrown. You know, these are things that perhaps you're thinking about upselling, or, you know, moving on to a home, like pre-loved goods, that sort of thing. So you may be actually decluttering your life and actually making some sort of business out of stuff that you've used and outgrown and are now going to move on, but at the same time be financially recompensed for it there as well. But ultimately, the energy I've got here is the Nine of Pentacles, which means you're disciplined, you're self-reliant, you are going to become financially self-sufficient as well. And I feel some of you, I mean, this is a card of going solo as well. So there may be some ideas that come to you in the next 4 to 5, maybe even 6 weeks, where you think of a way of either starting a new business or becoming an entrepreneur, or perhaps, you know, doing a project that's just for you, but actually it will start to bring in more money there. Now also, the Nine of Pentacles is an energy of prudence, shall we say. There may be some sort of well, I'm actually seeing that there may be someone who leaves a working environment if you're in a company, and it may open up a new role there that you could be offered if you're looking for it. But I'm going to have to pull a card on that, because with the King of Cups here and the Nine of Wands in the resistance position, it tells me that you'd be frustrated in this role, okay? I feel like there's just an energy here of you wanting to do something that you love, and perhaps this role isn't it, but I feel it may be offered to you. And if you decide not to take it, I feel the working environment will try to find you an alternative role so that you can remain in the company. Because I feel if you're thinking about leaving, I feel there's someone who's going to try and challenge you and offer you an incentive to stay. Okay, that's coming through there. Now, also the Nine of Pentacles indicates that you're going to be very, you know, good with your money this month and the next 6 weeks. I feel like you're having a real glow up in your career, and I feel like you're creating a position for yourself where there is job security, and that is hard to find, okay? There may be some restructures going on behind the scenes with management, if you're in a company where you work with other people. But if you're an entrepreneur, I feel like there may be some hidden policies that are starting to be brought forward as law, and you may have to adhere to these things. So it may be if you work, for example, in the catering industry, you'll hear of new regulations and policies coming in that you're like, what? It's almost like the squeeze energy that I feel, but you put yourself in a really good position. And once you get on top of like paperwork or the new policies that are coming in, I feel like you're plain sailing. It's going to be okay. I don't actually feel it really affects you much. I just feel it's like an addition to a practice that you already do. So for example, if you're an entrepreneur, you do taxes, there may be something that's new that comes in that you have to adhere to. There may be like a new tax on something that you earn, or there may be just new documentation that comes in that you'll have to sign and file. But ultimately, I feel like you're really in a good position because your outcome energy is so amazing. You have the World card, which is about success. It's about reaching your goal. You have the Nine of Cups, which is a dream come true, a wish, delivered to you. So you also have the Magician card. This is something you've been manifesting for quite some time. And that Nine of Pentacles also indicates you get to save more money. So if some of you are struggling financially, I definitely see that there's a lucrative idea being given to you. It's like a secret hunch that you have. So listen to any like left field ideas that come to you in the next 6 weeks. And this could be something that's already been on your mind that you've been thinking about doing, but I definitely see that it's going to be very lucrative for you. But I also feel don't tell anybody, okay? I feel it's really important to recognize that even though people are really happy for your success, sometimes when we tell a person what we're going to do, they kind of spin off into their own world and they think, you know what, I'm really happy for Taurus, but you know what? My life isn't going so well, so, I wish it was me. And they start to sort of put a negative spin on things. And also, we take the energy out of something when we disclose it to other people. You may have noticed that when you keep quiet about something, perhaps it happens in a quicker time, or it just feels a little bit easier to do than when you've told someone about it. So I feel like something that you're working on in silence or keeping to yourself at this time, it is going to be very lucrative. And the moment that you are feeling in a good position, you'll reveal it to everybody who you want to reveal it to. But I feel, it's going to work in your favor, whatever this is. Now, we do have the High Priestess, okay? And it's in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in the reverse. Now, this can indicate that there is someone you do not trust in your working environment. Now, this could be someone in your industry. It could be somebody who reaches out if you're an entrepreneur. It could be someone who reaches out and either tries to enlist your services, but you've got a bad feeling about this, or it could be someone who perhaps has said, hey, I really love the work that you're doing. This is so incredible. Can you tell me your contacts? Can you tell me how you get there? Can you tell me all this? Don't disclose any ideas to this person, because this person, they have no trouble taking your ideas and pretending it was them. So whether it's someone you work with or whether it's someone who's in your industry and approaches you, please pay close attention to your intuition and to your hunches, okay? Now, with the High Priestess there, this is an energy of stop and wait, but it's in the resistance position. So it's like anything you've been waiting to move ahead on, I feel like you're being given the thumbs up from the universe to move forward now. For some of you, it's definitely a promotion. You've got a King of Cups here. This could be an opportunity that you felt like you missed out on. It may come back around in a different form. You may have felt like you lost out on something, but remember, what is meant for you will never pass you by. And for those beautiful Taurians who have come to this reading and you're currently looking for a position, you're currently looking for work, you may have waited a long time, but there is one coming. An opportunity is coming for you. But I also feel like you've got an idea to set up something on your own. Definitely run with that as well, because it's going to be very lucrative. But I feel like you may partner up with a new company if you're looking for a new position. And I feel like you're going to love what you do. But also I feel, you're going to fit right in this team. And I feel that, this is quite a high status job. So it could be like a managerial role, or it's a role that gives you a new title where there's a lot of responsibility, but you may like manage a team. I feel this team energy, being a team leader. So you may even start off at a certain position when you go into this role, but then suddenly elevate in this role as well. And even if you are currently in a working environment, I mean, the energy here for the majority of my beautiful Taurians, it's like you're primary goal is to love what you do and to feel satisfied that you are making an impact in your career and you're working towards something and saving your money so that you can put yourself in a financially secure position, that you can, build upon your wealth and create a life of security for you and your family. And I definitely see that you're on target. Some days it may feel like, you're putting a lot of effort in and it may feel like you're getting nowhere, but then suddenly energies will fluctuate and you'll start to see flourishments in areas of your career, and suddenly things are starting to slot into place. Now, that King of Cups, it's in the resistance position, but it will turn into the upright. Anything that's in the resistance position, it will go from this position to this position. I hope you can see that. And that will happen towards the end of the 6 weeks. So with the King of Cups there, this indicate that you're not in a position that you feel like you should be in right now, but you're moving towards that, okay? So I definitely see that, you're going to have a peaceful environment. Even if you work in a toxic environment right now, I feel like there is going to be a moment where people kind of pull together and it just feels a little bit easier. But with this King of Cups, I feel like a new position is being ushered in. Now, this could mean that someone is leaving a position, and I feel that position is something that you're kind of like not really interested in, okay? That's the energy that I'm getting. But I feel like another role is being offered in some way, and this is the role for you, okay? I feel like you reach your goal in some way, and it puts you in a really great position to do something that you love. And I feel, you really are a pro at what you do, okay? I mean, the King of Cups energy, it can indicate that you make a lot of effort, and it's not really about the money, it's about job satisfaction. But ultimately, you're also thinking of the money when it comes to the Nine of Pentacles, because there needs to be reciprocity. So if you've been feeling that you've been doing a lot recently and, there's been nothing to show for it, I definitely see some sort of change in your career sector regarding that. Now, we have that Nine of Wands, and it's in the resistance position. So I am getting an energy, and I'm not going to lie to you. I can't lie to you. I can only give you what I see. This is about having faith, okay? This is about, it's almost like you are stepping into a role that makes you feel like you are in a great position to move up the ladder. But also I feel there's a lot of responsibility and pressure in this role. So I can't lie to you. I feel like whatever role you're moving into, it's kind of fast paced. There's a lot more responsibility there. And I feel with the Nine of Wands there's an energy of uncertainty, reevaluating circumstances. But also I feel, I'm going to pull a card on it because I feel like guard your ideas, okay? Because I feel there's someone who could try to use them against you or try to take them themselves. So let me just pull a card there. Some of you may be dealing with a micromanager or someone who has manipulated a situation for their own gain. But I feel, you're putting yourself in a really good position to avoid them or to defend yourself against them. Now, I'm just getting this, so please take it as it resonates, and it may not resonate with everyone. If there is someone who abuses their position where you're currently working and they ask you for something, ask for them to write it down, to send an email. Don't allow them to just tell you, okay? Because they're giving me a circumstance right now, which actually reminds me of a time when I was working for basically someone who was horrific. They would tell me what they wanted me to do, and then I'd go off and I'd do the task that they asked me to do. And when I come back, they would like scream at me and say, no, that's not what I wanted. And they would go like crazy. And I was so like shaken, almost like, I felt like a child. I was just standing there like, I'm a grown adult and I'm shaking in my shoes because this person is so aggressive. And I was like, wow. And the first time it happened, I was like, wow, I mustn't have heard what they said. Oh my gosh. And I absolutely blame me. I thought, I must have got it wrong. It was a misunderstanding. And I apologized. Second time it happened, I was like, hang on a minute. I made sure because I was so scared. I was like making sure I had everything that they wanted me to do done, right? And they still screamed. And then the third time, I was like, hang on a minute. Okay. So when they asked me to do something, I was like, sure thing. I'll absolutely do that. Could you just pop that in an email just to make sure I get it right this time? Because, the last couple of times I have no clue what's going on there, but I actually must have misheard you. So I just want to get it right. And she was real cross that she had to, repeat herself by putting it in an email. But when I went back and I gave her the project, she still screamed at me and was like really aggressive. And I was like, but to the letter, I followed your email. And then she was really red-faced. And actually, after that, it stopped. She didn't ask me to do anything anymore. And, you know, it was just kind of like, sometimes you have to put someone in their place in a very diplomatic and professional way. But I would say if anyone is asking you to do something and you feel mistrust there, or you feel that this person is abusing their power in some way, write it down. Make sure they send you an email, or you document something that perhaps you're not completely happy with, just so you've got evidence or times and dates, okay? That's coming through there. I'm not sure who needs to hear that, but it is coming through there, okay? The Nine of Wands, I'm also getting an energy of, you know, up your vitamins. Maybe that's why I was getting the feeling of thirst. Okay, so it could be make sure you're hydrated, especially if you're in an office environment. But also I'm getting an energy of like, make sure that you protect yourself against any office colds or unwellness, you know, vitamins, and, you know, that's the main energy I'm getting here. So just watch out for that, because I feel there may be someone who is a little bit unwell in the office and brings it straight in, and then everybody's coming down with it. So just watch out for that. Now, I just wanted to clarify this. Okay. Now, I'm really getting an energy here of prioritizing, because I do feel like you're going to be super busy this month, and I feel like you're going to be very productive, but also I feel like you need to prioritize what's important, okay? Because the Moon card is an energy of feeling a little bit uncertain. Two of Pentacles can indicate that you're multitasking, and the Star energy is like, you know what's important, so pay close attention to those ideas. But also I feel some of you are doing two things, or thinking about second streams of income, or there is a potential to spread yourself thin, because the Moon, it cannot shine all by itself, okay? It drains energy. It takes energy from another celestial body in order to be able to shine, and the Star actually shines all by itself. So it's really about things that make you feel inspired. You know, some things that we have to do, like tasks like filing, or, you know, signing documents, paperwork, being really busy, some of those things, you know, they are musts. We've got to do them. But if there's anything that perhaps is not a priority in the next 6 weeks, then perhaps, you know, put it down really low on your list, because I feel like you will have time to do it, but I feel it's really important to prioritize, because you're going to be super busy. And I feel there could be a moment that's critical, like a document is needed, or there may be some sort of like deadline that comes in last minute, and I feel like you're going to be ready, but it's because you prioritized, okay? Now, also the Moon card, it can indicate this sense of like domesticity, a long-term contract type role, and the Wolf, which is more independent role. So some of you may be doing the two things, especially since you got the Two of Pentacles there, two streams of income. So just watch yourself, spreading yourself thin. Make sure you get good quality rest there. But also, this can indicate some of you are thinking about seasonal work, or you're thinking about doing something on the side, as I mentioned, like upselling, or, you know, decluttering your home space, and actually bringing in a little bit more money there by selling stuff there. Also, I'm getting an energy of some of you wondering where you kind of belong. You may be thinking about overseas employment. Now, this could be contracts that you get from overseas, and something that perhaps you think about traveling to. And some of you, you're prioritizing because you have a big old vacation looming, and you need to tie up loose ends and get really busy and focus on, you know, making sure that you're in a position to leave without anything hanging over your head. And I feel like you're going to hit that deadline. Also, the Star energy, very important. You are someone who shines all by yourself. Make sure you don't connect to people who drain your energy, who gossip, or who put you in a position where it could throw shade in your career, okay? Because I feel there's something looming in this month. It's like in March, I just feel like there could be some sort of office drama where someone tries to either rope you into it, or, I mean, if someone like needs defending and you feel like they're in the right, then absolutely stand for what is right. You're someone who leads with integrity. But also, if you feel like they're doing something shady, I mean, there's this energy of not getting involved. I mean, if you want to be a whistleblower, I feel do it diplomatically, seek the right lines of communication with the right people, but just be a little bit mindful that this person, they actually have friends in high places and they may not be dealt with readily. And then you may be exposed for someone who, you know, is not, what's the word I want? Because I'm being given a certain energy. One moment, please. I really need to tap into that. Someone who's not discreet, okay? And even though you're doing the right thing, this person, whoever they are, I feel they have the power to turn the tables around. So just watch out for that. Now, I'm really hoping that most Taurians don't know what I'm talking about there and are not connected to that. But there's someone out there who needs to hear that message and it's coming through. So please take it as it resonates. With respect, I'm going to move on from that energy because that particular energy was very precise and it's so specific it may not, definitely not resonate with most people. Now, moving on to your outcome, the World card indicates success, being in a cycle of change. There's a new era happening in your environment. So some of you are actually deciding, as I said, to become an entrepreneur, set up your own thing, but also some of you are actually deciding to move on to new experiences. This could be, you know, a new business or a new company. You're coming to an end of a cycle. But this could also mean that you are moving into a new position and it's going to be very lucrative. As you can see there's the victory wreath. I'm actually being given a feeling on my arm of someone taking my arm. Okay, I've got a cold feeling of a hand on my arm being taken, being led. So I just want to pull a card and see what that is, because it could mean that some of you are headhunted in the coming weeks regarding an opportunity, or you're being like invited to something. So let me just see. I mean, it could also be that you get a helping hand. I'm not really sure what that energy is. So let me just see. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide Hangman? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? Excuse me. We have the Hangman and the Knight of Cups. So it's like there's a little bit of a wait, but there is an opportunity coming in here. And, you know, this hand in particular is offering something, but I feel like you're being taken there. So it could be someone tells you a lucrative piece of information or gives you some advice and it puts you in a really good position. The Hangman actually is, you know, an end of old ways, a release of something in order to gain something new. You sacrifice something in order to gain something better. So I feel some of you are actually leaving one position or putting your resume out there, seeing if there's any other opportunities to earn more money, but also to get more job satisfaction. And although, you know, the economic market at the moment is really difficult, let's put it that way, I feel like you're being led to a new opportunity or a new position that actually is very lucrative for you. So I feel keep doing what you're doing and being led by your intuition, because you're going to be following your bliss. Okay, and for some of you, you've been waiting a long time to get all the variables in order to move forward on a project or on, you know, an opportunity. And now is your time. Okay. Now, also we have that Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, a dream opportunity. So if some of you beautiful Taurians are currently out of work or are looking for a new role or position, this is being offered to you and it is everything you wished for. I feel there's room to maneuver. I feel like there is no glass ceiling in this. There's an opportunity to thrive and flourish and move up the ladder in this new opportunity. And I mean, the Nine of Cups is something that you've been wishing for quite some time. So I feel, you know, you worked really hard for money, and I feel that now you're going to be able to enjoy it. I feel this is job satisfaction, and it's good fortune, basically. You're going to feel satisfied that you've come to the end of a project, you did a job well done, or you've come to the end of a role, and now you're on to the next stage of your career in some way. I keep seeing that like ice hockey puck, and it's like you're lining something up. So maybe you're shooting for something or taking a shot at something. They keep showing it to me. So I feel more it's like with your skill and focus, you've put yourself in a position to shoot for a goal or reach your goal, and you're going to so do it. The World card is to reach your goal. We've also got the Magician card, which means you're going to be manifesting new opportunities, but also thoughts become things. You have all you need within you to be very, very successful indeed. and you're someone who is gifted and talented at whatever it is that you do. But this is a card of concentration and accomplishment, also having confidence in your skill set. You're taking action on something, and again, I mean, these cards are so powerful as your outcome. It means that, you know, something that you have as a vision is turned into reality. So I'm really excited about your trajectory for your career, because it feels like you're working really hard towards something. You're going to reach your goal, and you're going to sit back and really celebrate yourself because it is a job well done. Now, I am going to see one more thing to see if there's anything else you need to know about this. The Queen of Wands. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? What else do they need to know? Page of Pentacles. Your passions are going to bring in new projects, new money, new opportunities, and luck is also on your side. I mean, the Queen of Wands is someone who is magnetic, who is in a very powerful position, attracting new opportunities and getting attention. You're someone who is inspired with new ideas, but also I feel like you're influencing your circumstances. And I also feel like you're going to have very strong alliances. Page of Pentacles literally means an opportunity or a new sort of opportunity coming in. And it can also mean that you're applying for new roles or thinking about studying to upskill in some way in order to, you know, get into a new pay grade in some way. But this is about you being really practical. You know, you're putting in a lot of effort. Your commitment to prosperity will see the signs of tangible success and undeniable evidence that your hard work is going to pay off and that your dreams are actually grounded in a plan and you're sticking to that plan. And the Queen of Wands actually is about, you know, manifesting and going where your heart feels happy, being led by your passions, because the sunflower only follows the sun throughout the day, okay? And I feel like you are going where you feel happy, where you feel like you are making an impact, and I see that you're going straight to the top. You're not going to stop until you're done, and I feel this is a very exciting time for you. I'm just going to get some final cards before we close your reading. Now, in terms of finances, I do feel that you start off the beginning of the month with a lot more money. Of course, that's an obvious thing to say. But I feel like, you know, you get to save a little bit more money than usual in the next 6 weeks. The energy is that, of course, everybody, you know, you get paid, and then, of course, you have to pay bills, and money's going out left, right, and center. But with that Nine of Pentacles, I feel like you are going to be very shrewd with your financial decisions this month and be able to save a little bit more. I'm really getting this energy of some of you have said, you know what, I'm going to set up a savings plan. So you may have promised yourself that you're going to actually put a certain amount away per month that is a reasonable amount, and you're going to be really proud that you stuck to it, because I see you sticking to it there. Some of you may also be trying to save for some sort of large purchase like a vacation. I mean, with the World card there, it can indicate that also some of you are thinking about emigrating or looking at different countries where you would be able to work, especially if you're an entrepreneur. You may be thinking about different countries where you can utilize like tax credits or things like that. I don't really know what I'm talking about here, but it's coming through, so I have to give you what I'm seeing and feeling here. So it could be like where there's more money in your pocket, and you know that there are better tax opportunities for you. You're still paying tax, but I feel like being an independent worker, I feel like you are looking at places that you feel you could live, but at the same time that you could work, and it would be really beneficial for you long term, like for your industry as well. I'm not just talking about tax. I'm talking about your industry and how you can thrive in different ways. And also, some of you are launching something that is going to go global or is global reaching. So it could be an online service. I mean, it could be that you're committing yourself to your purpose or a service at this time, and it will be seen by a large amount of people. And if you also have clients and it's been a bit slow recently, I feel, you know, this is going to pick up, and you may see like more of a marketing strategy or more clients coming from other parts of the world as well, because I see that you're going to have far-reaching energy there. Okay, so your final cards, we have Construct. Okay, now this is an energy of tower, okay, but it's in a different way. So it means that you are literally a tower of power. Something you're building is going to become very stable and lucrative. It says corporate, high-ranking, building, banking, pinnacle, and being on top. Now, of course, you don't have to be in the banking arena to connect to this reading. I feel it's more about something that you are currently working on or building, like building your empire. It will flourish. It puts you in a really good position where you know, you are moving up that ladder and you will have a high position. I did mention that there is some sort of like higher status coming towards you, or that you are coming towards it because you're working towards it. I'm being given the word high flyer. So maybe you have to travel a lot for work, or this is about your position. You're going to be flying high. So that's what's coming through there as well. And of course, we got ascending, floating to the top. And it says pay raise, promotion, bonus, authority, responsibility. I did mention there that there is a role being offered to you where there is a lot of pressure and a lot of responsibility. And you may feel that the money is okay, but I feel part of you is like, you wouldn't be happy, truly happy in that role, but something else is going to be made available to you. But you will decide. Intuitively, you will know which is the right role for you, okay? But this is a really positive energy. You're working towards your goals. You're right on track is what I see. But I feel like there's an addition. It just feels like you're, you know, adding to whatever it is that you're doing. Now, this is a really important card. You know, I use this deck all the time in a career or money, and this is the special card that nobody ever gets. Okay, and everyone always says that, oh my gosh, there's a card in there that shouldn't be in there, but this is the special card that should be in here. And we have launch. So that's why I was probably given the puck, the ice hockey puck right at the beginning, that you're taking a shot at something or you're launching something. I mean, ascending to the top, it's no accident that you've got like these, you know, lanterns, these floating like devices that are coming out and, you know, like reaching and ascending to really great heights in your career. So whatever it is you're launching, or whatever idea you have to take your career to the next level, you are being supported by the universe. And I feel like you're going to reach your goal there. Okay. Now I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Oh, okay. So we have the heart, okay? Now the heart there with the fire on top, there's also a bit of barbed wire around it, so it can indicate that you're protecting a position to do something that you love, but also it could indicate that your lust for life and your vitality for your industry is returning after a period of feeling unmotivated. I mean, the barbed wire can indicate that something has happened in your career to date that has made you feel very cautious about trusting people with your ideas. You're right to, because I feel like there's somebody here who would happily poach your ideas in a second because you've got really great ones. But also I feel this is, I mean, I'm getting two energies, so I have to be honest. Some of you, there may be a potential for romance at work, but I feel like for some of you, you're more like focused on your ambition at this time, okay? I would also say that you're someone who is a really great worker, someone who's an asset to a team, but there's someone here who knows that beneath that tough, ambitious surface that you have, that actually you're a very sensitive person, and they may try to push your buttons. Just know that there's a bit of gameplay going on there, and I feel like it's not personal. I feel actually they just want to be on top. They are someone who tries to sabotage people. So whatever they say that may be potentially wounding towards you, obviously don't take it to the top, go to HR. Remember, take a document of all this that's going on if they're trying to single you out in some way. But ultimately, don't listen to what they have to say, because they're intimidated by your potential for success, okay? And they actually want to almost grind you down to the point where you give up or you stop or you don't go for promotions and things like that, because, you know, the only way that this person is going to win is by eliminating the competition, okay? And I feel that's not going to happen. You're someone who is unstoppable. You're someone who is really talented and gifted, and I feel like, you know, this person is no match for what you're capable of. Also, we have the clock, so this can indicate that you may be on the clock over the next coming weeks. Very busy period for you. There may be some deadlines. You're going to reach those deadlines. You're going to feel really proud of yourself, but also I feel this is an indication that you've set yourself a task or a goal by a certain date and you will reach that goal, okay? But also I'm getting an energy here of being aware of any time that you procrastinate, because we all do it sometimes, and I feel it's almost like you've promised yourself that you're not going to fall into a cycle of procrastination. You're going to be a little bit more focused. I feel like you're actually, as I said at the beginning, withdrawing in order to, you know, not have any distractions because you want to reach a certain goal. And I feel like you are like tunnel vision over the next 6 weeks to reach that goal, and you will. I see it. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Taurians. You're definitely following your passions, and you're definitely going to be very successful in that as well. If something resonates here, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Taurians, and love and light.